everyone, welcome to the Sports Editor. It's quite a sight, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. How good has it been to watch the Sharks play rugby this season? They have been absolutely brilliant and obviously on top of the Super Rugby log. So how exactly have they done it? How can they been able to play such good rugby this season so far? Well, the Sports Editor chatted to Sean Everitt to find that out exactly, and he gives some great insight as to what they've changed and how they've gone about their season. Do enjoy the talk, and please comment on and give your opinion about the Sharks rugby as well, and how you see the rest of the season panning out. And there's even talk of a new competition starting in June. Thanks very much. All the best.
Sean, like I mentioned, it's so good to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. It's really, really great.
No, thanks very much for having me, and thanks for the time.
No, it's great. Sean, a great start to the Super Rugby season, and you have a looking to carry these performances through. What was sort of a key factor for you up until obviously we had to have a break?
I think it was for us is that we identified certain areas that we needed to change from 2019 because the game's evolved. So, we looked at changing our defence, and as you could see, we got off the line a lot harder this year. We put a lot more pressure on the defensive team's breakdown. So that was the thing that we wanted to change, and the reason why is that we needed to create more turnovers instead of just defending and waiting for the opposition to make mistakes. But with that goes obviously a number of things to be successful, and one of the highlighted things that we had to sort out was our conditioning. We had to change our conditioning into more of a running-based conditioning because we were getting off the line and having to retreat back. That was an area that we had to work on. We also had to change our tackle technique because when you're getting off the line, it's not that easy to go upstairs. And if we want to steal ball on the ground, we need to chop and have a leg tackle focus. So those are the key things that we wanted to do, and I'm happy to say that we were on the right track up until the break.
Absolutely, because talking about success, your backline was incredible, especially moving that ball and creating so many opportunities. And so what was helping convert those attacks into tries? Was it basically a summary of what you said?
I think it's pretty much what I said. I said, if you look at the general game at the moment, majority of tries are coming from turnover and counter-attack. And when you have dangerous backs like we've got, it's obviously something that you want to benefit from. But obviously, it makes the individuals in the team, there's a lot of X factor. Fassy's got amazing feet and incredible pace, as has Mapimpi and Sabu and Corsi and Mandosh Tambwe, who came and, knew from the Lions. Then you add Lukanya and then you've got Andre Estes and a Kerwin Bosch, which is similar counter-attack abilities as the Fassy. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to give, those guys the opportunity in broken play, to be able to cut teams. And we're very happy to say that we managed to do that. But obviously to get those opportunities, there's a lot of things that need to happen. You've got to work hard to set yourself early from a defensive point of view to get off the line. To be able to make the right tackle, to put the opposition under pressure to make mistakes. And that, like I said to you earlier, the conditioning was a big focus for us as well.
No, it's true. And talking about work rate, a person that, and you've just mentioned already, that stood out a lot is Lukanya. And would you agree that that would be a feature of your captain? His work rate is phenomenal?
Yeah, his work rate is good. We've looked at it now in this break that we've had, over the last 7 weeks of Super Rugby, and we feel that is an area that we can still improve on, although we have got better at it. I think everyone will acknowledge that the Sharks, from a work rate perspective, have been consistent, and that's what we wanted to achieve. Lukanya certainly leads from the front. Lukanya's decision-making on attack also makes people believe that he is working hard, but it is an area that everyone can improve on, and Lukanya certainly leads from the front from that point of view.
Yeah, definitely. So there really is a good holistic approach from the team. And just to touch a bit more on attack, there's that saying that you must play what's in front of you. Have you also slightly implemented that into your game?
Yes, definitely. As we know, defences have changed. There's less numbers being committed at the defence breakdown than attack, and in fact it's 75%, 75% less. So there's always numbers in front of you. So from an attack perspective, we're looking for mismatches. So we're teaching the guy to identify who's actually in front of them and who they can take on and who they can't. But because there's a lot of numbers in front of you, means that there is backfield space. So we worked hard on our front foot kicks, and I think you would have noticed that in some of the tries that we scored, those front foot kicks, were a source of a lot of them. And like I say, your outside backs, Kerwin, Okanyo, and Fussy with his left foot is really dangerous in those areas. So yeah, we try to encourage the guys to play what's in front of them, and we're certainly trying to educate them on making the right decision of when to kick, when to pass, and when to carry. Brilliant.
And just touching on Kerwin, my goodness me, he's in fantastic form, and I don't want to jinx the guy, but what has contributed? I mean, he's scoring points, he's playing fantastic rugby, his defence has increased unanimously. What has contributed to his success?
Yeah, I think Kerwin's just grown in confidence, in the position that he wants to play rugby. He's had an extended run at Flyoff now. We've given him a leadership role within the team, and he's grabbed that opportunity with both hands, and he's really crucial to us because the 10 is the general in games. He's thrived on that leadership, and obviously, we've given him the freedom to play the way that he wants to play. He is an X-factor player. He does have a good boot. So that has helped us. Although our kicking strategy has changed somewhat, we used to kick the ball long most of the time. We're now kicking contestables to try and get the ball back. Hence the turnover stats that we spoke about earlier. And he's certainly the guy that we look to, in getting our attack part of our game model going.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So Sean, you guys are obviously doing very well, top of the Super Rugby log, and then unfortunately this dilemma happened. But do you think there's a bit of positive out of this in the sense that you do get a bit of time to reset, look what's working, where do you need to fix a few things?
Yeah, definitely. And we've, the coaches have worked very, very hard at that. It gives an opportunity to see where we were, as opposed to where we wanted to be. And we've done some in-depth reviews and wash-ups of our Super Rugby up until now. We're very happy to say that from a game model understanding point of view, we're very pleased with where the players are at. It's now working on the detail within that game model. If you look at the comparisons in previous years, just from turnovers, which I have mentioned before, which was one of our aims to improve there. We made 46 open play turnovers in 2019. Wow. And then after 16 rounds, and this year we've made 41. Breakdown and that's only after 7. So breakdown turnovers, we made 19 in 2019, and we wanted to turn ball over there, and this year we've made 33, after 7 rounds. So there has been an improvement. Tries scored from turnovers last year, there were 8. This year we've scored 13, and that's after 7 rounds. So there's been a lot of improvement in certain areas. Our kick contestable return rate percentage-wise has been really good. We're up at 73%. So those are the things that we changed and we're getting good return for. Now it's to work on the detail within that to get better in those departments.
Yeah, I was about to say, because if you look at it, if I could give the Sharks a title so far, it's the attention to detail team, because everything you just seem to be ticking the boxes and moving forward, which is absolutely wonderful to see. It's great rugby to watch, if I can call it that.
Yeah, you see, from our point of view, the coaches sat down and, under the guidance of myself, we put together a game model that we felt would make the general public enjoy and get people back to Kings Park. And obviously, even though we are kicking the ball sometimes more than other teams, we are getting a return on it. So it's all that we want. But the coaches, Dave's really passionate about his attack and very creative, as well as Brent. Brent, really his attention to detail has been outstanding. And I'm very happy to say that in the things that we wanted to do, they've certainly, brought out the best in the guys to be able to improve them in all areas.
That's true, because once you are bringing the best out of them, it tends to create a bit of a buzz and a stronger vibe. Do you think that also contributes to where the team is right now?
Yeah, definitely. We got the players together and we discussed what the perception of the general public is of the Sharks at this stage. And obviously, as we all know, the word inconsistency came up quite a lot of times. And at the end of the day, the players are responsible for that. So we sat down and, I told the guys that, they need to write their own newspaper headlines. And, only they can change that because, a team that tries and a team with good work rate and good preparation, will obviously be there at the end of the day. And we're not going to win all games, but, it will certainly be in our favour.
Yeah.
And I think the buy-in to know where we needed to improve and where we needed to get better was a collective buy-in from players and coaches. We wanted the players to work in an honest environment. We wanted players to prepare well, and we wanted them to have a high work rate. And a work rate doesn't require skill. That's just an effort from within, and so does preparation.
Yeah.
So if those things happen, the vibe will happen. And I think which was really good for us is that we started off well in the competition, and the players got good return on their pre-season work in the first 2 games, and that was against the Bulls and the Highlanders. And the reports back to the players were all positive, obviously from the media, etc.
Yeah.
I'm not saying media determines team performances. I'm just saying, they wanted to write their own headline. And then it just shows, in a game where we struggled a bit was against the Hurricanes when we had the disruptions, and we didn't use that as an excuse because the guys that came and did the job anyway. We were just a bit unfortunate. We made 4 mistakes in that game, which cost us at the end of the day, and that was 28 points.
Yeah.
But the boys certainly gave everything, and the headline articles after that game were still positive, and I think that was a little bit of proof in the pudding that when you're willing to put a lot of effort into your game, people will still have a very good perception of you.
Yeah. No, you're 100% correct, Sean, and that's absolutely brilliant. And obviously, with you can say time off, so to say, and there's so many videos now, people going out and staying fit and trying to be mentally as fit as they can be. What are the Sharks players doing right now, if I may ask? How do they stay fit and keep on top of things?
Yeah, it's very difficult because, certain players are restricted by the size of their apartment. Some guys are fortunate enough to be in houses with big gardens. Some guys are on their family farms. And some guys are stuck in 50 square meter flats. So it's been a bit. So the players will never come back in the same condition that they went back. But however, they can stay in reasonably good shape to be able to get going as soon as possible. When the season commences. And what we've done for the players is that they've all been given programs, mobility programs. We've given them equipment that they can use, basic gym equipment. They've hired watt bikes at their own expense. We've also lent watt bikes that were in the Sharks gym out to the players. So there's guys that have done some hill training in their driveways, those ones that have been fortunate enough. Some of the guys that have been doing running around their garden. They're doing a bit of speed training and a bit of shuttle running. And then on top of that, we do have twice a week the players do group Pilates sessions with Tasha Barnard.
Oh, great.
And that's actually quite cool because they can all integrate with one another on the Zoom app, so they can see each other. We're trying our best with what we have, but at the end of the day, the hard plays a big role as well. You know what it's like. I think we're all the same. When you get bored, you get up, you go to the fridge to see what there is to eat. We work on an 80-20, 30% diet, 20% activity.
Yeah, Sean, I hope you jogging around the house a few times. They don't let us down.
No, I managed to get a watt bike for myself. Quite active myself.
Brilliant. And Sean, as we sort of draw to a close here, just seen a bit of news and a bit of headlines here in terms of like an internal competition, including the Cheetahs and the Southern Kings. Looking start in June. Is that a possibility? Do you think that'll happen?
Yes, definitely a possibility. I think, we just don't know where we are at the moment as far as the virus is concerned. So There is a plan in place. Obviously, I think it's pretty obvious that overseas travel won't happen for a while.
Yeah.
So domestic competition would definitely be the way to go. I think everyone just wants to see rugby players back on the field, and no matter what competition we have, I think it'll be good for the general public. It'll be good for everyone's soul, and certainly for the industry that the players are back and on the field ASAP in whatever form of competition. But it is exciting. I certainly have missed going to work on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I think that wholeheartedly and from the bottom of my heart, I just hope that we'll be able to get on the field ASAP.
Yeah, and I thought it's almost renewed an appreciation for live sport and for rugby. I think rugby is such a cultural thing as well. It brings a vibe. It just makes you excited about sport again. So as soon as it's up and running again.
Whether you're a spectator, coach, manager, or player, or physio or doctor, rugby is a way of life.
Yeah.
It doesn't really stop. You're always integrating with the players, whether it's early. You're dealing with players on a personal basis with their personal needs. You're building relationships. Those are things that make people cook. And we miss it. The spectators enjoy going down to Kings Park and having a couple of beers and a brown on a Saturday afternoon. We'll be able to have something to draw for on a Saturday, whether you're at home or whether you're at the game. It doesn't matter. And I think we all miss it, and it's a big reality for all of us.
Yeah, that's so true.
I certainly miss watching all types of sport on the weekend. So,
yeah. Oh well.
So it is a reality check,
Yeah, but at least we got something to look forward to, and we trust that things will be resolved and we can get back on the sports field.
I think so.
Yeah. Sean, thank you so much for that chat on rugby and basically how the Sharks are doing. It's been really, really good to chat to you.
No, thank you very much, Ryan.
Yeah, we'll
appreciate the opportunity.
Be watching with enthusiasm as to how the Sharks continue their season, regardless of that Super Rugby or this new competition. It's been great rugby to watch.
Great, thank you very much, Ryan.
Thanks, Sean. All the best.
Look after yourself.
You
Cheers.
too.
Bye.
Thanks, and
bye.
Bye.